Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and having a fabulous day. I am here to do a card reading on the forecast for this eclipse season for you. So let's take a look at what insights the universe has, what guidance, what intuitive messages, and we have group number 1 over here with the Valley card and the Blue Lace Agate. We have group number 2 with the K2 Jasper and the Bird Flying, and we have group number 3 with the Tiger's Eye and Needle and Thread. So tune in to what message seems to be resonating for you, whether it be group 1, group 2, or group 3, and I will see you in your intuitive reading. Let's see what the cards have to share. Hello, group number 1. I hope you're doing well and having a wonderful day. We have this card for you, Valley, which says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. So that's very promising for you. I feel like you are tuning inward and finding your inner strength and inner peace and making that a priority, and you're not letting the outside world dictate, how your life goes. So let's take a closer look at the cards to see what they have to share with you. So we have the Turtle, Patience. Yeah, this feels like it's going to be a bit of a journey for you, a bit of a process, but if you have patience, you will have the strength, peace, and success. So don't rush the process, go with the flow, even if it maybe seems like things are going too slow or not much of happening at all, or you're maybe going on a detour that's leading nowhere. Trust the process, because the universe works its magic in ways that we can, not anticipate. And there could be so much energy going on behind the surface that invisible forces working in your benefit that'll just work things out magically. So I'm picking up on the whole story of Tortoise and the Hare, and how all these people, are rushing, and in today's society there's all this instant gratification, but you are willing to go slow. You're not going to rush. You're not going to try to, cut corners. You're having the patience, and it's going to pay off beautifully for you. We also have the Wolverine, Tenacity. So this very much feels like an inner strength for you. Also the inner strength to, have patience and go slowly and not rush, because just observing people in my family and society at large, there's not much patience nowadays. There's not much, tenacity to keep at it if things don't seem to be going your way right away or making progress. So this is very promising for you. You are, focusing on your internal to have that solid foundation. So we have, my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Yeah, this very much feels like you are prioritizing your inner world, your feelings, being grounded and stable, and having that inner peace and that tenacity and inner strength. So your outer experience will reflect that back beautifully for you. You are very mindful of how life reflects back to you the energy you're putting out. So if you're rushing, you're frantic, you're stressed, you're worried, that kind of energy will be reflected back to you, which could interfere with your success, which is why you have that tenacity and that patience. Okay, so we have the presence of love will always cast out fear. Yeah, I feel like that's where your tenacity and inner strength and patience are coming from. You are coming from a place of love. You are tuning in and aligning with love and recognizing that the universe is full of love, full of prosperity, full of abundance that is working out in your favor, even if you can't see it, and it'll have a domino effect. So you are letting go of all fear and worry and stress and anxiety, and you're just tuning into that love and watching the magic happen. That's really exciting for you. So we have Newman and Gemini. Communication is key. So I feel like this communication is not just with the external world, with other people, but also internally and with the universe. Coming like with this love energy and how the internal reflects and will be a mirror for the external. So it feels like you are prioritizing how you're communicating, the narratives you're telling yourself, other people, the universe, and watching that work out beautifully for you, which I think is why you have this deep personal strength and peace that is bringing this success, because you were focusing on this positive mindset, this expectation that good things happen, that all is love. And even if, there are some experiences that aren't to your preference, or like it doesn't feel so good and feels hurtful, you're recognizing even the quote unquote bad in life can be served for your ultimate good. It can teach you lessons, it can build your strength. It could be removing things that you think that are good for you, but you're actually would be held back by it or harmed by it. So the universe lovingly removes it from you. So you're just getting really mindful about your communication and the narratives you're associating with your life and the events happening in it. And I feel like it also taps in with patience. Like, I know a lot of people nowadays start telling themselves these stories like, oh, I should be farther, oh, I should have this, oh, everyone else is doing better, oh, everyone else has their life together. But you're realizing that that kind of narrative isn't helping you. It's holding you back, and you're just not here for it. You are going to choose narratives and communication that helps push you further. You're going to be patient. We have conclusions are within reach. Full moon, eclipse. Funny, we're into eclipse season and you got an eclipse card. But yeah, this very much feels like you've been doing a lot of inner work. You've been aligning and tuning in with love. You've been focusing on that solid foundation, that you have the inner strength, the patience, the peace to go far in life. You are not going to rush. You are not going to let the external dictate your internal state. And that feels really powerful, because I am witnessing more and more people around me that are having their life kind of fall apart. Not necessarily literally, but like how they're handling it. Like, their internal foundation is not stable. It is on very shaky ground and it's crumbling, and they're exploding over it. So it feels like your successful conclusions are well within reach, and it's because you've been working so hard for everything. Yes. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. This feels like all this momentum you've been building, sort of like the tortoise and the hare. You've been showing up every day, even if you're not seeing the progress, even if it doesn't seem like things are changing. You are coming in, having that inner peace, that inner strength, focusing on love and positivity, and it's gaining momentum. And it really does feel like there's going to be this domino effect where it's just all boom, 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 boom. Stars are aligning and things are going to start happening faster because of this momentum that the energy is gaining. So that's exciting. Well, we have full moon and Leo. Go wild. So I don't think it's necessarily like go literally wild and like crazy, and some people take things to extremes. So I think of a certain type of programming where somebody goes wild, kind of programming that can be popular in today's society, but it feels like more like you are going wild with possibilities of what you think is possible, about potential, about love, about energy, about success and thriving. So you are basically Yeah, with limiting narratives, you are tossing those out and going wild with your imagination and daydreaming and fantasy and goals and aspirations, and just like getting like this eagerness and enthusiasm for life. And you're like, yes, I'm gonna go wild with all this. I'm gonna have the best life ever. So that's great. We have last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. Yeah, this very much feels like if you let your emotions go wild, like in the negative sense, like with the negative narratives, if you let your emotions go wild when you're feeling like stress, worry, anxiety, all those things, that could trip you up, and it could build momentum that you're not looking for. It could build opposite momentum that will take you farther away from your goals. But if you work through your feelings, if you process them, if you give them space to breathe, if you allow them to be, and then work through them, instead of bottling them up or pretending they're not there, sweeping them under the rug, it's going to build a much more beautiful momentum for you, where you're going to have that success and inner strength and inner peace, because you are having that, like I just keep hearing, sound foundation, firm foundation. It's stable, it's steady, it's not going to, crumble or topple like a house of cards. Or I'm also getting the symbolism of, the three little pigs and their foundations of their homes. The first two, not so sturdy. They had, what was it, hay and sticks. They didn't have that solid, firm foundation, and so everything kind of toppled. So be careful with your emotions, because they could trip you up. We also have, yes, miracles can happen. Give the universe your clear intention, which I feel ties in with the communication and how energy is building momentum, and how you're focusing on love and you're going wild, and it's just like everything is culminating. Like it says, conclusions are within reach. So these miracles can very much happen for you, and you just have to let them breathe and give them a chance, because everything wants to, work out in your favor. The universe wants to let you thrive. It wants all this good to happen for you. Just be mindful of your narratives, because it can very much trip you up. And if you don't, work through your feelings and have, as the Valley says, the personal strength and peace, like that internal world, like this one was talking about, it's gonna come back and it can bite you. But miracles can happen if you give them a chance to grow. Like they've been planted, and that's why the patience is important, and having that tenacity and that, I keep hearing solid foundation. You need to have that internal foundation so that the external world can't rock you, so that the miracles can come through, because you're not doubting them, you're not worrying, you're not fearful, you're not stressed. You trust the process and you're letting it flow naturally, and the universe is going to work its magic. Aha, yes. Remember, love is the key. Love what you have in your life right now. Yes. I feel like that's where your internal strength and peace and that solid foundation is coming. Love. As I was saying in this card, the presence of love will always cast out fear. And when you're coming from a place of love, when you come from that, aligned frequency and energy, it's going to gain so much more momentum for these miracles. And that's why the narratives that we tell ourselves are so important, because it can trip us up. And it'll mess with our foundation. It will trip us up and divert us from our success that is coming for you all. So remember, all these good things are coming for you, And it's because you have that sound foundation, that firm foundation, that internal world is unshakable. Or if there's a little bit of, turbulence, you work through your feelings so that the right energy can gain momentum. So go wild, your miracles are coming, but still have patience, because sometimes it takes some time. It's like a seed that's been planted. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. I'm excited for you in this Eclipse season, Group 1, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome. I am excited to see what this Eclipse season has for you. And we have for your card, Bird Flying News is on the way. So let's take a look at what insights and guidance that the universe has for you and see what the cards have to share. So we have Nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. So this could be tied into the news that is coming for you. And because you're having like this solid foundation, because you're grounding and you're having an open mind and open heart to have this new insight and guidance and perspective coming to you, I feel like it's going to be a game changer. And I'm feeling like this is some really important news. And with the birds, it's making me feel like you might be soaring and like reaching new heights. And that makes me think about the symbolisms coming in of trees, because we see them, reaching up to the sky, growing so tall, just reaching, going so high and reaching all these new heights. But they also need to be grounded. They need to have that solid foundation with the root system. And if I remember correctly, the roots stretch downward as far as the tree stretches upward. So it has that balance, and because it's grounded, because it has that solid foundation, it is able to soar, it is able to reach those heights and get so tall and so big. So be mindful and make sure you're staying grounded so you can let in all this new. And the symbolism of the tree feels really important in terms of like the sunshine is feeling like the insight and new perspective. Like it's what's allowing the tree to grow so high, grow so tall. So I feel like you having that open mind and letting it just soaking up, maybe not literal sunshine, but maybe getting out into nature and soaking up that sunshine will help come in, and maybe you get some downloads to help with your news and perspective. But we have the Vulture. Accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth to begin. So I feel like this ties very much into spring. I'm still getting like that symbolism metaphor of the trees, and it's how trees know when to let go. They don't cling on to their dead old leaves. They let them go, they let them fall, because they know that after the winter passes, spring will come around and it's time for rebirth. It's time for all this new growth. It's time for new. They're going to have all these brand new leaves and all these beautiful blooms. And they just know to trust the process, to trust the season, that life will not fail them, that, they accept life. They know that there's a season for it all, and so they're not fighting it. They're not clinging on to the old leaves. They know when to let go. So I'm feeling for you to reach these heights that it feels like are coming in. You need to know when to let go. You need to stay grounded, to have that, solid foundation so that you can reach all these new heights. Because, I'm with the whole tree metaphor. If the trees are clinging on to all these dead leaves, they're getting weighed down by literal dead weight. they could still be sending all this nutrients and energy to leaves that no longer serve them. They can't, give back to the tree and help with photosynthesis and all of that. So the trees know when to let go, because otherwise it's just harming them, it's holding them back, it's being an energy drain. So what in your life do you need to let go? And that's not to say that you can't appreciate what you had while it lasted. Like, you could have had beautiful relationships or a beautiful job that was super, great, and maybe a beautiful home. But life is letting you know it's time to let go. It's time to have new come into your life, this fresh start, like spring. Because over here in the northern hemisphere, we're in like springtime now. So it just feels very much like you getting in tune with nature and taking the guidance and perspective and insight that nature has to offer. We also have, another bird, hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. Yeah, and it also kind of feels like the spirit of like Mother Nature, or the spirit of the birds, spirits of the animals. Like, it very much feels like you were just getting in tune with the universe and letting it guide you, looking for perspective and insight in maybe unconventional places, at least in terms of modern society. Like, I feel like a lot of people, if you said like, oh, I'm gaining insight from trees, they might look at you kind of funny. Not everyone, but a lot of people are, more of the be realistic, be logical, be rational. And that might be like trees, but it's like everything in life has wisdom to offer if we're open to it, if we're receptive. So let spirit be your guide. Trust the process, because news is coming your way, and the universe will let you know when it's time to let go and when new is time to start. So we have rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. And I like how there are lots of flowers with it. It very much feels like springtime. Like, it's feeling in tune with like how trees and flowers overcome the winter, how cold it gets and how barren it gets. But it's because, the earth has that chance to rest, to breathe, to recuperate, to, let itself have this break, that all this new abundance can come in, all this new flourishing. So know that you can overcome anything, even if it seems like crazy bad. You'll be just fine. Let spirit be your guide. You've got this. We also have snake spirit, time to heal. Yeah, this very much feels like you are letting go and getting in tune with nature to heal your energy, so you can come and have your own springtime. You can be refreshed and rejuvenated and thriving and abundant. Because if you look around at nature in like springtime, everything comes to life. There's so much abundance, so much flourishing of the flowers and the trees and the plants. Everything gets green again. So know it's time to heal, time to let go, and it'll just turn out beautifully for you. Let's see what else we have. So we have the 5 of Acorns, challenge and growth. Yeah, it feels like it's tying into the obstacles, but again, it also is tying into that growth, to that springtime. So it feels like, since you're taking the time to heal, you're taking the time to, overcome obstacles, you're getting grounded, you're letting spirit guide you, you're letting go. It's going to be so much growth, and it's going to just lead to a bunch of prosperity for you. It's going to turn out very nice. We also have the High Priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge. So this very much feels like the hawk spirit, where you're letting spirit be your guide, and how you're getting grounded and you're healing. And because you're doing all this, you can hear your own internal intuition, but also insights from the universe, because the universe often speaks to us. It's just whether or not we're listening and we have, the ability to hear, because a lot of times our minds are just still full of mental chatter that we don't have the quiet to listen and hear the universe when it speaks. But you feel like you're getting into this solid foundation where you're slowing down, you're quieting down, and you're letting the universe talk to you. We have 3 of shells, playfulness, bliss. Yeah, it feels like because you're taking the time to heal, because you're letting spirit be your guide, because you're getting grounded and you're learning to let go, you're not clinging on so tightly, you're just getting into the lightheartedness of nature. If you look at springtime, it is very lighthearted, it is very abundant, it is very playful, and like there's bliss, and like the birds are singing and life just feels good. So it feels like this is very much the springtime for you. Very much. So we have, funny, I was talking about springtime, awakening, renewal, enlightenment. Yeah, this very much feels like an enlightened time for you, because you're taking the time to heal. You're getting in tune with yourself and nature, and you can hear the universe, so you can get this news. It's going to be really beautiful for you. We have frog purging. Yeah, this very much feels like letting go. We're not, cling on to the past. We're healing. We're letting go so we can have this growth, so we can have this renewal. Because if we're clinging onto the past, like the whole trees with leaves saying, it just keeps coming in harder and harder, and just be like, hey, this is like the message. You're clinging onto the old dead leaves. You can't get the new ones. Your branches are occupied of dead weight. So you're purging, you're letting go, so you can have all this new come in. Let's see. We also have lemur, communing with ghosts. So I don't know if this is a literal communing with ghosts, but it feels more like we're communicating with the universe, we're communicating with spirit, we're communicating with invisible forces, we're communing with the energy, the essence, spirit, source. Not necessarily just ghosts, but because you were opening up, using your intuition to get the sacred knowledge, to get the news, you're going to be able to thrive. You're going to have so much more success. Raven clarity. Yeah, it really does feel like the universe is providing all this clarity for you. You're getting grounded, you're letting go, you're purging, you're healing, and it offers all this clarity because you're able to hear the universe when it speaks. You're letting it guide you. We have the chariot movement. So yeah, this does feel like a time of movement for you, because it's like we're letting go and we're leaving behind the winter time, and we're coming into spring, which has all this new rebirth. All these birds are singing and flying, all these plants are sprouting, all these new animals are being born. So it feels like this is a very prosperous time for you, and you're going to be moving around and having a whole lot go on for you. So that's exciting. And we also have, the magician manifestation. So yeah, because you're letting go, because you're healing, because you're getting in tune with yourself and the universe, and you're able to, tap into your intuition and hear the universe so it can guide you, you're going to have all these beautiful manifestations. It's going to be this abundant, prosperous springtime for you. And if you look around at springtime, there's not just, a couple flowers here and there, or, a couple birds and animals. Like, there's flourishing. They're just everywhere. So it feels very much like this is going to be that time for you. You're going to have such an abundant life. Such an abundant life. But yeah, this feels like a very promising time for you. It may take a little bit of work and like cleanup and recovery with healing and purging and letting go, making sure you're grounded. But all this beautiful news is coming to you because you're getting in tune with the universe and you can hear it speak. So I'm excited for you. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, Group 2. I hope you take care. And I hope you're excited because this eclipse season for you is going to be great. It may take some work, but remember to stay tapped into the playfulness and the bliss because you're going to be able to overcome any obstacle. And good news is on the way, and you're going to have your manifestation in all this clarity. So I'll see you next time, Group 2. Please take care. Bye. Hello, Group 3. Welcome. I'm excited to see what this eclipse season has in store for you. And we have your card, The Needle and Thread, A Sincere Wish Will Be Granted. So that sounds exciting. But let's take a look at the cards to see what further insight, guidance, and messages the universe has for you for this eclipse season. So, we have Cherry, live an extraordinary life. Yeah, this feels like because your wish is being granted, you're going to have so much blessings and good come into your life. And maybe your wish is for your dream life. Maybe it's, finding the right partner, finding a resolution to your job so you can have like this prosperous job, or like you're having your dream job, or you're resolving some conflict and drama with your family. Like whatever it is, this eclipse season is going to help you find a way to like bring in this extraordinary life, this dream of yours, and it's just going to become reality. Your wish is being granted, and that's so exciting. We also have Pyrite, let the money flow in. So maybe this has to do with stumbling across a sum of money, whether that be you get a raise, you get a bonus, you get some unexpected check, you get this new job, like whatever it is, money is going to be flowing in. And I feel like not that money is the answer to a happy, extraordinary life, but it is a great resource to have. So make sure you have an open mind and an open heart, because I know with some of us in society, we can get, resentful of those with money, be like, oh, they don't deserve it, they're just a greedy person, they don't know how to spend it right, they got it because, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, yada, yada, yada. And when we do that, we are cutting ourselves off from the abundance and the flow of money. We are, making money to be evil, and money is not evil. It's a currency, it's a type of energy, it's a resource, it's a tool. So it can be used in so many different ways. It can be used for good, it can be used to help people, or it could be used for some not so good ways, some corrupt ways. So don't, trash money because, you think of all this corruption and whatnot. Money isn't evil. It's just a resource. It's just a form of energy. So let it flow in and watch the magic happen. We also have Bloodstone, get up, get moving. So I feel like this also has to, do with flow. Like you are getting in flow with the universe and flow with energy. But also I feel like maybe you were indecisive, hesitating, and kind of, standing back and kind of in this pause phase. We're like, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? And it feels like the universe is really encouraging you to just get up and go for it. Take that risk, take that chance, because when you take the chance, you take the risk, you will have your wish granted and you can live an extraordinary life. And it makes me think about how if we never take the chance, if we never try anything new, we're guaranteed to fail. Like, it will not come to pass for certain because we didn't even try. So know that the universe is in your corner. It's here to help you live an extraordinary life. It wants to grant your wishes. It wants you to have everything that you want and need. But you actually have to get up and move and take action too. You can't just sit back and be like, oh, the universe is just going to give me everything. The universe will provide, 1000%. No doubt about that. It will bless you and it will, give you so many gifts, but you also need to take action, and not just any kind of action, because a lot of times people will just act because they think they're supposed to do a certain thing or it sounds good on paper, but they're not really feeling it. They're not having inspired action. They're not having these actions that resonate with their soul, that feel like it's aligned action. So don't just get up and move just to get up and move and just go any old way. Just calm your mind, quiet your mind, get quiet, maybe do some meditation or journaling, and see what the universe has to speak to you so you can take that inspired, aligned action, because that is going to help you so much with your wish being granted. We also have, sensitivity, like I was saying, getting in tune and aligned with the universe, because when we are sensitive to energies and the universe and its guidance and insights, we're allowed to take that inspired, aligned action. It's a lot easier to know which way to go. We're not, listening to everyone else, but we are getting in tune with ourselves. We're listening to our internal guidance and hearing the universe speak, so we can make that inspired action and then get our wish granted. Because the universe wants to bless us. The universe wants us to have an extraordinary life. But we have to make sure we are open and receptive so we can follow its guidance better. Because the universe will guide us no matter what to our dream destination. It's just a matter of if we're listening or not to get on the path of least resistance, the path of allowing. And I'm getting the imagery of a GPS. So with the GPS, you put in the destination you want to go to, and then the navigation system will tell you which way to go to, the fastest way to get there, what streets you need to turn on, which highways you need to take. And if we're not listening, if we're not paying attention, we can miss the turns. We can miss the exit ramps. We can get off course and take detours. But the universe is still going to be guiding us. It's like, okay, you passed that point, so now you should turn here. Or at this upcoming street, you should make a U-turn. It's going to keep guiding us. And if we continue to, not pay attention, not listen, it's going to alter its directions again and be like, okay, now that you're here, you should go this way. So no matter what, your wish will be granted, but having the sensitivity to get in tune with the energies, to listen to the universe when it speaks, will help determine how quickly your wish will be fulfilled. We also have unexpected. So this kind of feels like it's aligned with the metaphor I was using of the navigation system. So it feels like with the detours. Sometimes we think, the direct path is the best path. The quickest route is the best route. But in the unexpected detours, the unexpected twists and turns in life could bring great blessings. It could, you could find this beautiful scenery. You could meet this great person. You could find this tasty food at this small little restaurant. You don't know until you go. So be open to the unexpected, because the universe will work its magic in all sorts of unexpected ways, and it will use everything in our favor. So don't think that just because something seems like a detour, that's bad. It could still be working to fulfill your wish. Trust the process. Aha. So we have awareness. Yeah, that very much feels like the sensitivity and trusting the process and getting in tune with the energy brings this awareness, this clarity, where you will listen to the guidance of the universe better, and you won't get so caught up in your mind and what seems right, in the sense of, from a logical sense, like, oh, this is the quickest route, I should go this way. But the universe may be nudging you, hey, turn down this side street. And you might think, like, that's crazy, like, that's bonkers, like, why would I do that? That's out of the way. But that might be actually leading you to your wish. So having that awareness, trusting the process, getting in tune with sensitivity and energy, and trusting everything to play out beautifully. Okay, we have compassion. So this feels like compassion for yourself, like if you feel like you have taken wrong turns or you should have known better, and because you know better now, and like, if I had just taken this chance here, it would have played out differently. Having compassion for yourself for any past mistakes or, slip ups or, wrong turns you feel you've taken because you did the best with what you knew. And also having compassion for others. I feel like when you're having this compassionate heart, this compassionate perspective, you're going to let all this more blessings in. You are not going to be like cutting yourself off. You're going to let money flow in, but not just in terms of like literal money, but like energy. Because energy is this, profound source, this powerful source of currency. And so there are all sorts of different types of energy that the universe can use in your favor to help you get this extraordinary life. And I feel like if you use compassion, it will just, like, I'm getting the imagery of a rocket ship blasting off. Like, it's going to skyrocket your progress because you're not getting, caught up in bitterness and resentment and frustration and anger and all these things. So, and it's also feeling like sensitivity in terms of the heart. Like, you're getting sensitive to love. You're getting sensitive to, looking for the good. And, okay, it's also tying into unexpected. I'm getting the imagery of, like, you had this perception in your mind, whether it be about a person, a place, a thing, an opportunity, an experience, whatever it is, and you were convinced that it was horrible or, like, it wasn't for you, but the universe is having, like, this unexpected plot twist where it's actually what you want and is actually better than what you want. And it's feeling like the story of the Chinese farmer. If you haven't heard of it, basically this farmer and his son have this little farm and they have a horse. The son forgets to close the gate. The horse gets out and the neighbor's like, oh my gosh, what bad luck. And the farmer's like, maybe. And then the next day, the horse comes back, but it brings some wild horses with it. And so the neighbor's like, oh my gosh, that's such good luck. And the farmer said, maybe. And then the next day, the son is trying to, tame the wild horses. He ends up falling off, breaking his arm. And the neighbor's like, oh my gosh, what bad luck. And then the farmer said, maybe. And then the very next day, people, like officials and like generals from the government and all that, were coming around to draft people for the army. But because the farmer's son, was injured and had a broken arm, they didn't take him because they're like, well, you can't really fight. And so the neighbor's like, oh my gosh, what good luck. And the farmer said, maybe. So it really feels like what you thought might have been bad or not for you or just wasn't going to work out is going to have this unexpected twist, unexpected surprise where it actually works out in your favor and it helps with your wish. It helps with you living an extraordinary life. Maybe it helps let the money in. Like, it just feels like you need to expect the unexpected or just trust the process, and whatever shows up in your life, just go with it, go with the flow, and see where it leads you, because you can be so pleasantly surprised. So we also have this card from my Isis deck, and it says, Wings of Isis. You have a special spiritual relationship with angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion again, and service into this human culture. This oracle also brings you angelic assistance, intervention, and confirmation too. Yeah, it very much feels like, because you are stepping into your power, you are trusting the process, you're not, getting scared or anxious or worried if you end up going on this detour or things are going too unexpectedly, and you are coming from a place of love and compassion and kindness and respect, and you're having this sensitivity to you, maybe a vulnerability to you, and it's providing you this awareness and clarity, and the universe is just on your side, working with you, guiding you, supporting you, nurturing you. And so just know that you are very much supported in your wish and getting this extraordinary life to get the money flow in. So expect the unexpected, trust the process. What else do we have? Because this is a really cool reading. Beyond illusion. So this feels like the illusion of maybe falling behind because you took a detour and it was unexpected, and you're learning to let that go. But also, it feels like the illusion of fear, because I've heard a number of people refer to fear as being false evidence appearing real. And so you are letting go of these illusions. You are having the awareness and clarity, and because you're getting sensitive to what the universe has to offer, because you're being compassionate and loving and fearless, you are getting past all these illusions. Like maybe there's an illusion like you couldn't have the extraordinary life, or you couldn't have your wish granted, but because you're coming from compassion, you're getting this new awareness, and it's shattering all former expectations and illusions. Like, it's not going to hold you back anymore. We also have receptivity. Yeah, it really does feel like you are getting into this receptive mode where you're trusting the universe, it's guiding you, and it's letting money flow in, it's letting all this love flow in, it's letting all this prosperity flow in, it's letting you have this extraordinary life and granting your wishes. So, yeah, trust the process and get in tune with the universe, because it's got so much guidance for you. Change. Yeah, this does feel like this positive change for you. And it's because you're letting the universe guide you. You are getting receptive. It's helping your awareness and sensitivity. It's helping you get up and move so you can have your wish granted. So you can have the money flow in. So you can embrace the unexpected, all the blessings that it has to offer, so it can let you have your extraordinary life. And it does feel like your extraordinary life involves service somehow. Like you are servicing the human collective as a whole, and because you are giving to the world, you're helping, be compassionate and loving to the world and putting all this positivity and good out in the world. That's what grants your wish. That's what helps you live the extraordinary life, because the energy we put out into the world comes back to us. So if we're putting out love and kindness and respect and compassion, and we're just helping other people, we're being of service, we are like service to others, that comes back to us. The universe does not forget. It rewards our good deeds. And if we're having this clean energy, we are like in alignment with our true self and the universe, which is all about prosperity, love, abundance, positivity. Like, it's gonna let your best life come to you all the more quickly. So I'm super excited for you all, Group 3. This is going to be a powerful eclipse season for you. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see you live your extraordinary life and your wish being granted, because that's going to be amazing. So feel free to come back and let me know how this eclipse season helped you get that dream life, to have that wish granted, because I'm curious and I'd love to know. But anyhow, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, enjoy eclipse season, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Group 3. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm wishing you all a prosperous and successful and loving eclipse season, full of peace and joy and success and prosperity and abundance and all good things. Please have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye!